clavicle. I'm not going to get through the airport with that on. Okay, motion palpation for the proximal clavicle. Have the patient shrug their shoulders, protract and retract them, and you're going to be palpating right in here, seeing if there's any type of problems taking place at the sternoclavicular joint. You also feel for other things like swelling and tenderness, etc. Case history is all important. But if it's gone anterior, what you're going to do is you're just going to reach through. You don't want to compress the patient's chain into their body. And if they have a dainty chain on, you don't want to break it. So you're always better off to get those things off. You're going to come through. You're going to contact on skin. So wear something you can get on the skin with. If it was a female, you can have them cup their breasts. In fact, you have to have them cup their breasts. Come in just like this, and thrust through, just like this. Okay? If it's superior, you need to torque, just add some torque. Just like this. If it's gone posterior, I just want you to come in here, palpate just around the clavicle, sternoclavicular joint, just so you can feel it move. You're going to bring the shoulder up like this. Elbow at 90, shoulder abducted to 90. You're just going to extend. And you should do this with the patient supported on a chair, so that when they're turning, they're not turning their body, so that the force can take place here and help restore that back to its normal position. Also out here, I don't know if you can wear something that will enable your doctor to get here, but at the AC joint, generally what you're going to do is just motion palpate that, just hold the arm against the body, the humerus, and just push it down. You should feel that springy end feel. Always do the good side first. Then when you're going to correct it, just bring the patient's arm up using your second metacarpophalangeal joint. Bring this up like this, externally rotated. I showed you this here. Some people do this, and then they just thrust down this way. But for the class, what we're going to do is just going to go like this, and just feel it more as a traction move, okay? For an AI shoulder, generally what you do is you just bring the patient's arm up. You can move it around like this. Sort of get the joint ready for an adjustment. Some people just bring it up like this and like this. But anyway you get there, I want you to get here with the arm supinated, okay? And I want you up under the elbow with your outside arm here, like this. And then you're going to bring this in just like this.
Dr. Phil, do you not do the cross the A, dot the I thing?
You don't have to do that. Motion palpate this, go like this. But if you want to, for the, to see, it generally goes anterior and inferior. And one way to see which one is the inferiority of it, you bring the patient's arm up over their head. The side that's not coming up, that's an indicator of the amount of inferior movement that has, okay?
So that's just to get your line of drive.
It's to help you to understand the misalignment. And how much anterior movement, you compare the way the person has brought the arm up behind the back. The one that does not come up as high behind the back is a sign that it's more anterior. Okay? Yes, you can do that. You don't have to do that on the or passive. That is active on the part of the patient. The doctor doesn't do that. For the test, I just want you to basically motion palpate it. Hold on to the elbow. Stabilize the scapula, and just see if you can feel any type of motion and restrictions in the joint. If it's gone anterior and inferior, you should notice some restriction coming posterior and superior, this way, doing a bilateral comparison. I find that very helpful to me. This motion, doing this with your patient, I also find to be helpful.